Hey everyone, it's Mark from Wiki Design. Today I'm going to walk you through some things to look for when choosing a website hosting company. So I'll share my screen and we'll jump right into it. All right, we are at Known Host. This is the hosting company that we use for our clients' websites. I'll tell you right out of the gate from years of experience, I can't recommend big hosting companies usually like GoDaddy or Bluehost. And I also can't recommend going with a small mom and pop shop. I've had bad experiences on both ends, and I found that if you find a hosting company that's more at a mid-level where they have a lot of clients but yet not super big, not super small, I've had the best experience. So let me walk you through some stuff that I saw on this page that made me sign up for them. So I'll go to Manage VPS, and I can only recommend VPS hosting it up. I'll never recommend a shared hosting platform because in most cases you're not in an isolated environment, which means that if there's one bad actor on the server that you're on, they potentially could hack into everybody's website in one major hack, and this does happen quite often. So you need to make sure that you're in an isolated environment. So VPS right out of the gate makes it an isolated environment. So let me walk you through the packages and the stuff that really kind of called out to me. So one of the major things to always look at is the amount of RAM. I usually wouldn't recommend anything lower than three gigs of RAM. So this is the package that we're on right here. So we got about 4 gigs of RAM, and you got plenty of hard drive space at 100, 3 terabytes. You're usually never even going to come close to using a terabyte on normal type of websites. You have to have a very high traffic website to generate even a terabyte of data. So this package right here fits perfect for us, and I'll walk you through the different features that really made Known Host to me stand out compared to the competitors. And one of the first things that stood out to me was this DDoS protection included. They rate on their servers offer a DDoS protection, so you don't usually have to go with a third-party service like Cloudflare or any of those. So this is built in. That's a huge feature because you will get hit with DDoS attacks. If you're going to pay for VPS hosting, it's best to go managed. So this way they handle a lot of the stuff on the back end, and you don't have to worry about it. You definitely want to look at, you want dedicated CPU resources. So what this means is these cores up here, you're going to have 2 VPCU cores. So 2 is usually fine. You don't need anything much more in most cases. Free backups. This you want to look into. Most hosting companies will offer backups, but open up a help ticket with the sales team. Ask them technical questions like how often they back it up. Does it cost money? So what I do is I don't rely on server backups usually. I do daily backups every night on our client's website. So I have 2 backups, and then monthly I do a 3rd backup. So the rule of thumb is if you have 2 backups, it's equivalent to 1 because there's always going to be a fail-safe. So you want to always just not rely on your hosting company for backups. You need to do your own backups. Let me see. Some of the other things that really stood out was you could choose on their VPS server 4 locations in the country. So I'm in Philly, so the closest one I chose was Baltimore. And most of our client websites are in Baltimore or in this area, the Northeast. So this was the server that I chose. They have Amsterdam as well. So yeah, you're gonna have to do your research and go online and start reading reviews on how other people's experience was using this hosting company. I can't recommend them enough. And if you have any questions about the hosting or anything like that, because I have tons of years of experience and I can tell you some horror stories with some of the bigger companies, but I'll save that for another vlog. So reach out to me anytime you need any questions. I'm here to help. Thanks. Bye.